38 and 39 are very difficult as a pair. There's a lot of text here that you might not understand. And unfortunately, because the next grouping of questions are both passage questions where they're kind of asking about main ideas, we can't really use the chronology rule here to help us with number 39. So we're just going to have to go through all these line references and hope we understand them. I'm going to try to give you insight into how I understand them. So I'm not going to try to explain things I don't understand. I want you to see what I see when I take the test. It's okay to not understand everything. So let's take a look, though, at the process here. So first, we look at the question. The QLC method, right, is very important, especially when we have confusing line references and passages. We want to make sure we have a process here that we're following. So we read the question, what do they want to know? What Thoreau says about some unjust aspects of government. Okay, I understood that part. Now we go to our line references, the L part. 45 to 48 is the very beginning of the passage. Unjust laws exist. Shall we be content to obey them, or shall we endeavor to amend them and obey them until we have succeeded, or shall we transgress them at once? Well, it definitely talks about unjust laws, which seems to be what the question is asking about. But notice here that the line reference is just a series of questions. This is not a great line reference. This is what I call a what choice. It tells me what I already know without explaining why I know it. And almost always the SAT is asking for more of a why kind of answer. So this tells me that unjust laws exist, but it doesn't tell me why I should care or what I want to do about it. So it's not really answering the questions. And that's what makes this not a great choice. We're going to see when we get to the real answer that Thoreau actually tries to answer those questions he's asking, and those are going to be much better evidence of whatever the answer to 38 is. So this what versus why idea is important for helping you sort through confusing text. He's telling me what I already know, but not answering why it's important. That's what makes A wrong. Looking at 51 to 52. They think that if they should resist, the remedy would be worse than the evil. Okay. This also feels like a what choice? If they should resist the laws, I guess, the remedy would be worse than the evil. Well, maybe I keep this because I barely understand it. It's talking about what other people think, though, right? They think, and the question seems to be more concerned with what Thoreau thinks, so that's maybe a strike against this choice. But honestly, this is a great example of like, I don't know what they're talking about. So I don't want to just eliminate a choice because it confuses me. I need to kind of be open-minded and flexible here. So let's look at C, 58 to 59. It's right here. C. If the injustice is part of the necessary friction of the machine of government, let it go, let it go. Well, that has a lot of key words matching ideas that I'd like from the question, right? So government is mentioned, check. Injustice, unjust aspects, that's not the same exact phrase, but it's pretty darn similar. So that looks pretty good. This feels like a front runner because there's so many more matches. Certainly I understood it better than I understood 51 to 52. So C is looking pretty good. Let's look at 75 to 78. That's down here. A man has not everything to do, but something. And because he cannot do everything, it is not necessary that he should do something wrong. I don't know what that means. That's nonsense to me. But I can't eliminate it because I don't know. Maybe it's right and I just am confused. So here's a great example. It's okay to be confused. We're going to go to the choices now in number 38, and we're going to see if maybe that helps us understand these things better. But right now, I've only confidently eliminated one answer choice of the line references. That's okay. That's what the process entails. We're being flexible. We're looking for a match. So let's look at these answer choices in 38. Let's try to get C in there. Thoreau indicates that some unjust aspects of government are superficial and can be easily fixed. Fixed easily seems a little strong. I don't really remember him being super positive about this stuff. He seems to be more negative. Again, I didn't understand all the line references, but I think I'd understand if he was being hopeful and optimistic. So that doesn't seem to match with what I've read. Choice B, subtle and must be studied carefully. Well, maybe subtle is true. I don't really know, but studied carefully, I don't remember him saying anything about like studying the laws, studying injustice. Like, I feel like I would have noticed that, right? I mean, I might not understand what the line references say, but looking at line reference D, for example, does it talk about studying anything? Or I don't think so. So this feels wrong to me. I don't see any matching ideas. C, self-correcting and may be beneficial. Well, beneficial, again, strikes me kind of the same way that fixed easily strikes me. I don't really remember him saying that these are positive things. He seems much more negative. Self-correcting, maybe. I don't really have that evidence, but beneficial seems like the wrong connotation. So I hope it's D, inevitable and should be endured. Well, that's definitely not positive. You don't endure something because you like it. You endure it because it's, negative. But inevitable is a strong word. So I don't really like this choice either. But the connotation is right. So let's look at choice C, the one that I thought might be correct up here, and see if we can match some of these ideas. So inevitable is a strong word, but so is necessary. And that's a match. So strong words a lot of times make things wrong, but if we can prove the strong word, then it makes us actually more confident in the answer. So necessary and inevitable are pretty much perfect synonyms. It means that there's no avoiding it. It has to be. So that actually does work. I'd love to make sure I have some sort of match for should be endured. And it's not great. I don't think I would have come up with this on my own, but since the words are right there, let it go, let it go. Well, that means kind of like ignore it, let it be. And should be endured is just kind of letting it go, letting it be, just tolerating something. So that also seems like a match. So I went into these answer choices not really knowing what I was looking for. But I came to understand the line references better through the choices. And I was able to find those matching ideas that made me really confident that, okay, I may not have understood this, but it's got a lot of the same things that I do understand. And so I understand it on a very dumb level where I'm able to match it with my choice. That is sufficient. We do not need to really be scrutinizing every aspect of Thoreau's argument here. We're not writing a book report or an essay on Thoreau. We are just answering these two SAT questions. Narrow your focus to just that, and you'll be okay with not understanding things. It's just part of the process. You have to accept it, and once you do, you may not be 100% confident, but you'll at least get more answers where you're more confident, and that's our goal for the SAT.